In this video, we're going to explore some common interview questions and some considerations on how to phrase your response.
Ahoy, I'm Bryce.
And I'm Peter, and we're from Bryter Training, where we aim to help your business grow through a combination of positive disruption and our bespoke training programs. Now, if you haven't already, please remember just to throw us a like and to subscribe if you find our videos helpful. Lets us know that we're on the right track, and it makes Groot dance.
So, in a previous video, we explored behavioural-based questions. The ones that tend to start with name a time or give me an example. So today, we are taking a quick look at some other common questions that you may face in an interview.
So let's just jump in. Based on our experience working with employers and clients, here are 5 of the most common challenging questions that people are asked.
So the first one is, tell me about yourself, or walk me through your resume.
Second one we often hear is, why did you decide to study X or work in Y field?
What are your strengths or your weaknesses? My favourite one right there.
Or how about, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
And the old favourite, why do you want to work for our company?
So, to the first question, tell me about yourself or walk me through your resume. Now, for this one, you just want to tie your story to their business needs. Demonstrate 2 or 3 strengths related to the position and why you chose this career path, and focus on how you can contribute to their company.
So it's basically a short 20 to 30 second elevator pitch.
Exactly. Now, what you want to avoid, though, is personal or family information or anything about your politics.
I know some people like to include personal information, as it shows who they are beyond the job.
Yeah, look, some employers may be interested. However, there's some potential negatives to revealing too much about your personal life. So check out our video on what employers can and can't ask in an interview for more information on that.
So next, we have the question, why did you decide to say study X or work in Y industry? And the key here is to ask yourself, what are they assessing?
So look, you can use the STAR method to answer this one too. You can once again see a previous video on behavioural based interviews to learn more about this technique. However, it's basically just consider the situation, the task, the action you took, and the result that you received.
That's right. So the situation or task is looking for X in a school career. The actions describe steps you took to determine the criteria was met. And the result is, based on these factors, what was the outcome? Where did you choose?
So another common question that employers ask is, what are your strengths? Now this one's pretty easy for most people. You simply choose characteristics that relate to the job. Give examples of where you've demonstrated them and then explain how they were developed and what you did to develop them and how they're going to be valuable to the company.
However, the opposite one can be a bit more tricky, and that is, what are your weaknesses?
So for starters, if you're an employer who's watching, then really, why are you even asking this? So would you kick off the interview with an honest review of your business's shortcomings? Of course you wouldn't. So there are better ways to see if someone has self-awareness. This is really just a pretty stupid question nowadays. However, what should people do if they're asked this?
Focus on a weakness that's not quite relevant to the industry or role and identify what you are doing to improve or what you've learnt from this weakness. For example, you could say, I used to take on a lot of extra duties, which increased my stress. So now I practice mapping out my projects, allocating appropriate resources and time, learning to say no, and scheduling in time to rest and relax.
So some safer examples may also include, I have a lack of experience with a specific software platform or non-essential skill. I have hesitancy in delegating tasks, impatience with bureaucracies, or just nervousness about public speaking. So they're all really common weaknesses. They're all things where you can describe positive steps that you're taking. But they're all things that won't be a major derailer for the role.
And you can also focus on development you are undertaking, such as, I've always focused on the design elements of a project. However, more recently I've been learning about content creation. So at the moment, that could be classed as a weakness, which I'm developing. Another fan favourite is, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So again, this is kind of a pretty dumb question. Like, who really knows where they'll be? So can the manager asking guarantee that the role will still exist? Can they guarantee that they'll still be your manager? So I know some businesses ask this because they're looking for people who will stay put for a few years. So they don't want people who expect to move up too quickly. And again, if you think about it, it's kind of ridiculous not hiring someone because they're highly skilled and they're driven, and they could be a massive benefit in another part of your business in the future.
Yeah, that's right. And others ask this because it's meant to demonstrate your drive and ambition. However, really, I think it's something that a business should be able to answer for you. For example, if I come and work for you, where do you see me in 5 years?
I'd love to ask that, and I wonder how many interviewers could actually answer that question.
If someone asks you this, focus on how the current role aligns with your personal development goals, what you expect to learn, and any long-term perfect world scenarios you have. Focus on mastering the current role and a willingness to be flexible to explore opportunities as they arise.
Yeah, good advice.
I know.
And finally, why do you want to work for our company? So why is this question so important? Think of it from the employer's perspective. The business wants to hire someone who believes strongly in the company's mission and wants to make a positive impact on the organisation and its clients and customers. Also, searching for a candidate who's a strong fit for the position and the company can be really costly and time-consuming process. So hiring managers want to help their employer realise a good return on their investment.
So people should make sure they've researched the company, and not just what they make or how long they've operated, but what people say about them, their culture and their reputation.
So hopefully that gives you a starting point just to explore some answers that you can use when faced with some of these questions. Feel free to leave your most challenging questions or your answers in the comments section below.
Again, this is part of a much larger suite of programs around job search and interview techniques. So for information and training on these programs or any other program that we run, please reach out to us directly. Our contact information can be found on our website, which is included in the description below.
So thanks once again for watching and have a wonderful day.